So, okay. So this, the thing was that I was having the issue to solve the briefing for what is gonna happen with the championship, with the 24-hour race that was supposed to happen this weekend. This solves it sort of. We might do the 6-hour then this weekend, who knows? I will see if we have the drivers for it and what precise time slot they start again. Because they did mention something, I think, that the 6-hour would end at 7 PM, something like that. Interesting stuff. Oh yeah, right, I'm also busy this weekend, so like technically running throughout the trim delay. Oh. OBS just disconnected and reconnected again. Well, that's fun. Oh, I don't have my overlay up. Right, that's why I'm a bit caught off guard with that one. And then we need front brakes at pad 1. Right, anything else doesn't work. Ugh. So we need chat up. Come on, I know the controller's running, you can display it to me, thank you. What? No, fuck off. I want like list here, switch to this overlay, thank you. Now, I have to turn the controls back off. I'm so looking forward to getting rid of this someday. I'm like so far away from this still. Yeah, did you miss the brunch? Okay, brunch is not interested. Wait. Pit limit on. Slow button on. I guess the lap is invalidated as I'm coming out of the pit lane. Gotcha. Right. We will be here today also deal with a 5-second time penalty as we finished 5th last round. So that's fun. Oh, there's some rotation. But the plan is here to go for a splash and dash. Take minimal amounts of fuel. And use that to advantage. Because we are forced to do a fuel stop, but like we're not forced to take tires. Last round it obviously made a lot of sense to take tires. Because it's 90 minutes. It's a long round, so it makes just a lot of sense, but today I don't think we have the luxury. It might be quite an abrasive track. Not having run practice at all here, it's a bit of a problem because I don't have an idea if the tires drop off pretty badly. Femboy Racing Tuesday. It's Racing Tuesday again. I finally need to make the fucking schedule image. Actually publish a schedule for once. Oh boy, the tire pressures! I'm running for pre 1.9 pressure targets. I'm running the old 2021 tire pressure targets here. We're like a full PSI over. This is bad. But the fronts keep expanding. I think my tires have an inflation fetish. Alright, let's see where we stop. 28.8. I mean, it's a second of the pace for me carrying half a ton of fuel around the circuit. Connect. And there's the reconnect successful. This is the second one in the span of like a good 5 minutes. A pyrocynical. Does pyrocynical have a fucking inflation fetish? That would be news to me. Pretty sure it's a Ferrari. And there goes OBS again! Huh? Well, OBS seems to be unreliable today. Is it paying back for, you know, me not updating it? Oh yeah, by the way, I still haven't updated it. I don't know, it's setting at like 30.1, so it's like, it's not that out of date. What an ironic name for a guy coming out of the pits in front of me. Fox. But I'm not finding really any improvements right now on the lab. Wait, that's... Where the fox noise is. I mean, you can make any noise and it's technically a fox noise. Foxes are quite versatile, like glasses. Well, that dive bomb attempt didn't work quite well.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Well, that was intentional. But hey, it would be a good way of swapping my tire side. Eat. With some 02 extra on the 03 extra on the fronts because they're quite warm. They're not warm, they're quite overpressured. Well, temperature-wise, we probably need to feed the rear ducts a lot. Is even make it reading you? My keyboard, well, it's working fine. Let's see, particularly. I do have. I have more issues with getting used to. I had the issue earlier with entering the description in YouTube and like trying to use Vim bindings. I'm so used to Vim bindings that it's not even funny anymore. It's become an actual problem. Of like, let me just navigate to the end of the line, but just press. So when I finish typing, I press escape automatically. I press press escape, then I catch myself still before I press Shift A, because Shift A puts you at the end of the line to continue typing, which is like something I use a lot as a very quick and dirty way of getting where I need to go in terms of whimpering draw the spelling. Yeah. It is quite nice to type on.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
I still have the thing that is this.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Okay. Right. So we need to take the fuel out of the car now. It's quite quiet now. Foreman has a fucking crash test livery. Oh, that is beautiful. That is very in theme. Oh, this race will likely go. We did open the brake ducts a bit. It is still quite hot. NCAP? NCAP joke livery? What do you mean with NCAP? Because I can only think of ANCAP. So anarcho-communist. No, anarcho-capitalists, not communists. Different. Which obviously the infamous. It's not a country ball, but the flag ball of yellow and black that like recreation on nukes. Very funny. Very delusional also. Crash test facility from Belgium. I see. I see. I need to actually get this as far, but then not drive off the circuit. Because I want a bit of space. Ah. I see. I mean, I haven't. Oh boy, the brakes did not work there. I arrived at that corner with no brakes. Because it went straight there. Somehow that is valid. The lawnmower line is valid still. That's not perfect now, you know. There's wheel spin to deal with there. This is the third time now. I think we're gonna swap to the backup server because this is ridiculous and this can't go on anymore. Brakes, please, why? Well, we're right now fastest. Something isn't right. I mean, we're well lapping roughly where the others. Well, actually, no. The fastest time in practice was about half a second down the road to that. Yeah, no, actually 7/10. 7/10 down the road from that. The car still doesn't know what will work for turn 1. That was a lot of time gained there. Oh, brake lock again. I think we're genuinely suffering from brake locking here. This now roughly puts me where fastest times were in practice. Alarm for Cobra 11. Oh boy, that wasn't right. That wasn't right. That wasn't quite as fast either. I think I just put a banger in. Got the last level developed on Steam. Let's see. I mean, aren't those actually developed by I know that quite a few, Synthetic, the guys that made World Racing 2. Those guys developed Alarm for quite a few Alarm for Cobra 11 games before they stopped being a game developer. Yeah, I mean they re-released, if this is Synthetic, also did all of the Cobra 11 games, then yeah, this is not. I don't know what has changed. I guess they woke up and suddenly realized, you know, we can make some money by just continuing to sell these games. I mean, sure, they had to probably check the licenses, if the third-party licenses, like car licenses and stuff, were still valid, but like, they probably realized, like, oh, we can still make games of money off this. Maybe they actually licensed it properly, and the only reason that they had become abandoned was just they couldn't distribute the game anymore. Oh yeah, right, they did. Unique Games is doing the publishing. So probably Unique Games just bought the rights from underneath Synthetic. Or whoever published the games originally. All fictional? I guess for the Cobra 11 games. But I mean, then you need technically also still the license to, you know, the TV IP. Okay, we're not improving right now. Despite doing arguably better in some corners. We're just not carrying the speed in others. Well, there's also the other Porsche driver that I saw on the entry list. But I think we've missed him last 2 rounds. Hello, move! Are you blind? He moved out of the way for the other guy, but like me, he just got completely blindsided. The wheel spin out of that corner is so annoying. It just cost me all my momentum there. Oh, why dear? I'm seriously lapping the same lap times over and over again. I just cannot improve. Well, that's fun. Cycle to be stuck in. My tire pressure's alright. It was a bit warm, but also a bit cold at the same time. That was apparently close to the line for there. Oh, that lost all the time. Well, thank you for the alarm. Fighting the Delta. I overcooked the entry there, and that cost me all the 210s that I gained. Yay, we improved by a 10th. Boy, the difference right now between the aliens and the humans is something. Give Jones, Ventus, the Luca, me. Like, I mean, even those two are like somewhat up the road from me. And then you have Johnson just like half a second back. Johnson, Jones, Franco, Krams, Stevens. I mean, P5 to P10 is again relatively close. Okay, so yeah. They removed all the real cars from World Racing 2. Oh! I didn't know. I didn't actually know that. Because, I mean, the real cars in World Racing 2 are kind of like the big part of it. But I guess they just made all the cars unlicensed. Can't be sued if it doesn't have the badge, but can you look still the same, funk? You can mod the cars back in, I see. I mean, I do have a full copy actually of the game, so like... I don't see particularly the point right now. Guess we'll go for another run. Maybe with less fuel, because we had quite a lot of fuel there. Bit less. We're burning about 2.26 liters per lap, that's a good average. Keep that in mind for later. And we need to calculate how much fuel we take into the race. Although I do have roughly an idea, probably around the... We'll probably just I don't know, 90 liters is just under 60 minutes when rolling out of the pits, but like we need to calculate with the formation lap as well. Although you can refuel, I think like 3 or 4 liters per second or so. So it's not like the end of the world to just... We need to take at least 1 liter of fuel, so it's... You know, the biggest time that you lose in the pit stop, which is the nozzle insertion and removal time. If you're not changing tires, obviously. So... Taking 1 liter takes 3.6 seconds. Taking 10 liters takes 5 seconds. Yeah, a liter takes 0.2 seconds. So I think we will just roll off the grid with... I don't know, we can take 95 and then just see how much we need in the fuel stop. Not the best line there. What a massive slide on entry there. I don't know why I'm supposed to get any time on this lap anymore. The car just doesn't have any further grip to go around. Although I do, no, I do have actually half a clue. But like, it's not much. It's... Oh boy, that was way too hot. That was too hot. Into there.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
I am, however, second right now in the championship standings because it seems they forgot to put the drop score back in. Or they are not running this season a drop score. I mean, it would be surprising if they're not running a drop score this season. Considering it's a 10-round championship, it's like... becomes hardly manageable if you don't run with a top drop score. Somehow this was like so fucking worse than last time around there, which is really weird. It's really interesting how the car suddenly starts rotating when I turn in and lift off the throttle. Lord Lucas, lift off oversteer. It's like, yes. Yes. It's a Porsche, I know. Doesn't make it any stranger technically. Any less strange technically. Also, my rear tires are completely cooked right now. Pressure is way higher all of a sudden on them. Like, huh? Also, Christ almighty, I have no chance of actually moving myself any further up the grid because all 3 of them are now like intermingling with each other by 210s, and like I am like, where do I find one? Let alone 3 of these. I guess this guy is making better runs like that to the line to start his flyers. To wait there half an eternity before the car got through there. Just not faster. Taking aggressive entry cuts, and exit cuts.
Slow car ahead.
Let's just nail the final corner. Not really. Oh yeah, not really. Like completely lost all the time. Gained. But even if I had gotten this for the final corner, like, this would have not been much. It would have been enough to just get me closer, but like not actually gotten any positions. It just gives the idea of how utterly tight this is. Thank you for moving over. Oh, that was completely wrong. Completely wrong there. The only thing I'm ensuring is that no one behind me really easily jumps me. Fucking hell, how much cut you can get away with there. Thanks, fuel alarm level. Wow, no improvement.
Losing time in sector 2.
I don't have fuel for 2 laps, only 1. So we're running 1. And then we can go back to the pits and attempt 1 more attack. With the time for that.
There's a slow car ahead. Yellow flag, be careful there. Yellow flag in sector 1.
It's a bit faster though. Not by much. It's just I'm so close but yet so far. In the end it doesn't even matter. Came too far to lose it all. I want to open the rear brake ducts further. Because the rear tires are just getting a bit warm for my taste. It's a Porsche after all, the shreds rears like there's no tomorrow. I'll go 2 clicks down on these. Front seem fine. All the tires it's performing on these runs look fine as well. Good, go back out. But I don't see really the guys behind right now jumping me. They don't look like they're gonna suddenly pull a second out of it. But I don't think I'm gonna find another 10th here on the lap. There's someone coming, but unfortunately, disorientatingly enough, a yellow on my display instead of the blue that should be there. should probably space myself from him. Oh, he's giving me room. Thanks. I would have decided to just space myself in a moment. But I guess that works also for me. Thank you. Tires are not really good biting yet. Yes, I am on a fresh set. Okay. Just double checking. I guess you need 2 laps on this circuit here to really... because of how short it is. I mean, really, the circuit doesn't feel that short. But you do lap here about as fast as... you're just a bit slower than... what is it called again? Brands Hatch. Yes, Brands. That's the name of it. Rapskiller's got a bad K-pop. I think... No, don't ban anime. We need that stuff, but look... fuck K-pop. Although honestly... at this point, in the reality of the internet, K-pop stands are not the worst thing that we have. Heck, they aren't even the worst thing we had. Taylor Swift fans are worse. Like, so much worse. I want K-pop stands back instead. Also, you know, antis in general. The anti-sexualization stuff crowds, like the anti-sex crowd, they are really annoying. They have to be the worst. Especially the sheer amount of just corpses they have in their closets.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Oh, come on, that was not good. Alright, we have 2 more attempts. Just about.
Losing time in sector 3.
Well, sounds like you made a sensible decision. When compared to your drug use, it's sounds like an actually quite sensible decision.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Oh fuck, that's hot. Nah, that was too hot. These fucking aliens keep moving the fucking goalpost down the road. JC for the stuff for the pain. And you're getting like high off some sort of edibles. So just no improvement here. Last lap had at least some. Just saw it. Oh boy. Yeah, we're not finding any improvements today. I'm gonna practice a pit entry. I'm not expecting to find any time here. Is anybody else besides me out of the circuit is still at the spot? I don't think so. They're literally waiting for me to do pit entry actors.
Yellow flag ahead, watch out in front.
So, but P4 still. So, sort of consistent. Why did I qualify last round? Hold on a second. Why did I qualify last round? Because I know I finished first. No, I didn't want to move the fucking window. No, we didn't want to make a fucking new tab. I hate you too. Right. Okay, so where is my Sudo results? Nürburgring qualifying. Well, although I don't technically need to open it because it says places gained 1. And yeah, we qualified in that one 4th. And obviously we beat Dan Jones throughout the race distance there. So, yeah, so we keep our tradition of qualifying 4th here. Trash bin. Hopefully, the cat was saved out of the trash bin in the end. Cause poor cattle. Sometimes these felines can be a tad stupid at times. They don't deserve to be in the trash. Oh, that doesn't sound too fun. So they're starting to assign the success penalties. And just got the first 5 seconds. He needs to do a total of 15 seconds. So I don't know why they didn't just assign a 15 second to him. Because you have the option to assign a 15 or a 5 second, but there's no 10 second penalty. You have to manually do that. Okay, now they finally they assigned me one, and Jones is missing one because Jones needs a 10 seconds. While they are faffing around trying to assign 10 second penalties. I didn't realize you can't do that. Yes, now they're finally getting to Jones. But yeah, it is a bit of a noticeable thing where, you know, the time penalties don't make too much of a difference. I mean, especially, I think last round I finished 50 seconds in front of the next car. Like, even that was, like, mental. Some, like, utterly demented number I finished there. Granted, like, 2 of the main competitors right behind me had issues throughout the race and dropped out. So, Akihari was the next car there, and, well, I mean, his fast lap was only 5 tenths down to mine. But he finished, yeah... he finished barely on the same lap as me. Like, that says something. He barely finished on the same lap. Finished a whopping, what is that, 67 seconds behind me. Yeah, a lot. And I finished 39 seconds behind P2. 51 behind P1. That is something. That is some numbers there. How much diff are we gonna see? Well, it's gonna be interesting. Oh, I don't even get any BOP here. The Porsche does not get plus or minus here on this track at all. You get nothing. At least for pit skull BOP. But minus 6 kilograms for the Ferraris in front and plus 20 kilograms for the Vantage. The Lexus gets minus 40. The McLaren gets minus 5. So yeah, I don't even get BOP advantage on this track. The other Porsche qualified P9, so that's a decent debut because he hasn't run around yet, but P9 is a second down from me, so... Also, what the fuck? I have the fastest final sector! Quid de la fuck? I have the literally fastest final sector. Although that's not even on my fastest lap, which is even more hilarious.
30 seconds.
But yeah, that's... Look, yeah. So briefly open the setup screen again.
20 seconds.
Wait. Back of jacks. Ignition, starter. But yeah, we shall see how much diff we will get here. I mean, I didn't see how did 2.4 go at Snetton? Because I think it's raced there. It's not 2.4 serious. Yeah, we do need to refuel here. Yeah, I mean, we survived Monza, so like, I don't think we're gonna see too much death here. Well, I survived Monza, it's not like we... I think there were more accidents behind, but like... Sort of the vague advantage of being reasonably quick. Granted, I have, this time around, definitely moved myself. Last round, I was like, I think a second down from pole position, and then... at Nürburgring, and then like a 10th off the next guy in front of me, and then the other guys were like just a couple tenths behind us. And this time around it's like, hey, I'm here. Oh, what the fuck's happening? Ventures is scored with the pit stop being completed, huh? Or not? On the relative he's shown with the pit stop completed. On huh? Oh yeah, right. You were doing NEC with iRental. Right, I do vaguely remember now. How did that go? Considering, you know, it's iRacing. But someone has definitely towed big. No, but like the relative board has just gone in ACC completely berserk because Jones is scored in P2, but Ventrals is also scored in P2. Huh? And he doesn't have a 15-second penalty, but if I open the standings page, I do see him still in P1 with the 15-second penalty.
Go in double file.
Somehow P5. Top split or what? Probably not. But like, I mean, you're running TCR, so it's not like impossible to actually end up in the top split because I mean everybody in the mum runs GT3 after all, so like who runs TCR actually? Although it's probably way worse with the Porsche because TCR people might actually drive. Frankly, if the Porsche Cup drives anywhere close to how it drives on not the ACC here, then I cannot blame anyone for not wanting to do this. Oh fuck, I got a massive slide there. But luckily Jones compromised the other guy as well.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
When the other Ferrari is dead, he's far down the order now. Should be a bit cautious with track limits here. But they're fine this time around. You have to wait till you're up the hill before you know if you cut the track there. Was it a TCL only split? Or was it obviously mixed split? What do you mean? None of us are sane. Yeah. I do have less of a time penalty than two guys in front of me. But we shall see when they decide to pit, probably late. I see, is TCS basically dead? Oh, that's unfortunate to hear. I thought it was a bit more popular. But I guess the curse of just the slow class is always wanting that class. And it not being base game content. Like the MX-5. Like, what can you actually play in iRacing reasonably? You could play NASCARs. You could play with MX-5s. You can play with GT3s, and you can play F3s, and that's basically everything that is vaguely popular on the sim. I'm going to regret this. Why? Are you like lactose intolerant? Yeah. Not I'm gonna have sugar dreams, okay. Last time I had a sugar high was like 10 years ago in Canada. It really reminds me of a certain VTuber who, you know, had a certain sensitive package opened by her father. I think he never did that mistake again. on Nintendo Switch hardware. Can you play it on the Steam Deck is the other question. Found one more than one. Well, I mean, if you live in their house, are you gonna sue your parents while living in their house? It's like... It's just... I mean, it might be illegal, but like... And they shouldn't do it morally, but like... It's not like you're gonna fight them about this one. Take them to fucking court or some shit. Yeah, I mean, if you want to really ruin your relationship with your parents, for sure, then that's a surefire way to doing it. And we survived the track cut. Perhaps still just trying to take the conversation back to look at the Nintendo game. Instead of, you know, getting into a fight with your parents about their privacy invasion, which is like, yeah, that's always not fun. Sort of like the unfortunate reality when you live under the same roof with them, that they might occasionally be dumbasses and do this shit. Yeah, mine aren't doing it either. It's like you shouldn't, as I said, but like... Told stuff to get a PO box. That is a reasonable idea. Because of the... It just means stuff gets... You just pick it up at your own time. I've been doing that. You don't get questioned about your packages that way. Because... The Ancient One might not open them, but she sure as hell questions them. And be like, I'm probably gonna have too many plushies or something. So I mean, I do have quite a few, but like... Again, like, are you gonna actually report your parents when they hit you? It's like, I mean, yes, you can, and if this is a continued issue, you probably need to consider this as a fucking option. But I mean, you probably are better off, like, figuring out how to get a stable income and move out. That's... Tuck your head in, get the fuck out of there, and stop thinking about it too much. Salt, yes! How are you gonna get into an actual fight with your parents over this shit? It's like, it's not... Yeah, it's because I'm too passive from just being like... I don't want to deal with the fucking paperwork and all the other shit that happens. So you end in the padded cell. How would you end up in the padded cell? Because you go insane. Oh yes, my intelligence. That's Right, I didn't think I want to discuss this topic any further. I mean, the guys in front are sort of slowly escaping despite them kind of fighting with each other. But like P4, P4 is now the other Porsche driver. That's funny. Let's talk about video games, right? Yeah. Did you actually answer my thing that I asked about World of Outlaws, if that is, you know, available on the Steam Deck? If it works on the Steam Deck, I mean, for sure they haven't put fucking kernel level anti-cheat on that one, have they? Would be a bit odd. I mean, you can sort of play iRacing through Proton. Still want 3 months for free until. I mean, maybe I have a use case for it, but like not now. Because I still I looked at today at my GitHub and noticed I hadn't fucking done anything in like 2 weeks basically. For crying out loud, but like need to finally actually start picking up working on stuff again. And one of the things that needs to be done is the sim racing, the general sim racing plugin, sim racing commons. And this one will, once that is sort of implemented, I can then move on to actually implementing game readers, and then 3 months of iRacing could become handy that I could actually implement the iRacing side of the data reader, which would obviously come in very handy. Because then I can just say, look, this thing has already iRacing support. Which is a big deal for a lot of people. Even though it isn't for me, like, iRacing is just like, the least important thing ever. I mean, wasn't, at least before the 24 hours of, at least before the 24 hours of Le Mans, oh, what's his name again? Was able to get it running through Proton. So you can do it with EAC present. It is possible. Similar to how you can play things like VR chat despite having EAC through Proton. It is possible. It's just you're definitely playing with fire that they could ban you for it. Like one bug can easily lead to you getting banned technically. And then you're having to fight with support that like you were just playing on Linux. So you're gambling with your account, and that's a bit of an issue. There still has to be more things that have to come into place right now for me. And as I said, I'm not interested in playing iRacing really myself. Hell. Not really particularly interested in it. Even though, you know, there's a bit of appeal, right, to do prototypes, to drive prototypes again to drive. Perhaps well, TCRs, even though that did. Perhaps do some ovals. Like, that sounds good to me. I haven't done quite a few of these things on a bit. But whenever I see iRacing, I don't like the physics. If I'm just looking at it, the cars are just way too on edge all the time. Like this Porsche is like, I'm driving it like kind of wrong right now, and it's not killing me, it's not doing anything wrong. Like, yeah, people complain about how ACC handles the over curb handling, and for sure that can be a bit of a problem in high curbs. You can get just utterly sent to Narnia in this game, and it's not fun. You for sure can actually hold a slide, and that's kind of the big difference. And one can't set up. Well, that was track limits, but not warning, so that's good. I will say though, I've long experience for driving prototypes from R-Factor too, so it's not like I don't know what I'm doing, especially in multi-class traffic. That first traffic hit, man, is still something. When you come first time around to the GT field, it's just cutting through those guys is something. I have so many years of experience with this stuff. I kind of miss it, but like also I feel like in some ways I might not just have to extra times anymore. Like I'm not that old, but like I do feel occasionally like I can barely keep up with my GT3 car, so it's like me back in the prototype, I don't know. The Formula cars are like for sure the last thing I want to drive. I don't like them ever. They're like the least fun I. Thing is, I don't like the LP2 and R-Factor 2 anymore. Like they killed that car for me. I drove it a good year ago, and that car was just dead. They had just killed it completely. It was so unstable, so on edge constantly. It's just not fun. They completely killed that car, and it's funny because the car was kind of broken beforehand. Like, it would just randomly on downshifts just kill you. That was the experience you had with the car at the time. Oh fuck, fuck, fuck! Oh fucking hell, no, that's the last thing I need.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
I'm not paying attention! But yeah, it was so constantly on edge, it just constantly wanted you dead. Now I have this guy stuck, man. Right, we need 1 liter literally right now to finish the race. That's fun. Right, then we shall take our fuel. We shall take 5 liters then. And do our pit stop, because one of the leaders has pitted, so we need to sort of execute undercut attempt, even though we are probably not gonna execute it. With that mistake, that's just not gonna happen. Oh boy, how slow are you now? Please don't let me by. I need you now to just come into pits now. So, okay. So, on the jacks, bit of fuel. Hello, where's my fuel nozzle going? Hello, where's my fuel? Why am I taking so long? Because the fuel nozzle goes into the front on this car. Where did my fuel nozzle go? Where actually the... Oh wait. D Jones holding the fastest lap has changed tires or what? What has happened here? Yeah, he's 18 seconds behind me. Now he had a bit longer pit stop. Oh, come on, car. Now we have to obviously last now half an hour on a little tire set, and he's already gapped me by like 10 seconds in the first half an hour, so it's not great. Stay out, stay out. The thing is, they do animate it. I think the issue is that the pit lane is... Because this is a pit lane on the left-hand side instead of the right-hand side. So that broke it, probably. Because the fuel inlet is probably on the right-hand side of the car then. Because it's definitely animated in ACC. You can see the pit crew inserting your fuel nozzle. It is animated. It's just... I don't know, broke this time. Oh, fucking hell, this guy's fighting me now.
Clear on the right.
I've completed my pit stop, for fuck's sakes, why are you fighting me?
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Why are you fighting me? Are you blind or something? The thing is, I was backing out when we collided the second time. Like, luckily he didn't completely die from that, but Jesus, are you stupid or something? Can't you? For fuck's sakes. I mean, he has the crash test livery, so like that sort of adds up. But you know, I mean, we aren't halfway yet, so anybody who targets actually halfway is... they're gonna have some distance still in the race left. Yeah, that cost me a solid 2 seconds that entire. So I've like lost 5 seconds this race already through either me being stupid or, you know, other people around me being stupid. Well, that's not great for my ability to have a decent finish here. Although really the worst case scenario is me finishing P3 here, as long as I don't get track cuts, which in itself is quite of an issue. So join Isaac on the track server to do some league memes. League memes? Huh. You mean you take screenshots of the races and meme them, or something along those lines? Oh yeah, that reminds me, I still haven't responded to you calling it my Verstappen era. The V-Track channel. I realize I forgot to respond to that. I did read it though. In general, to like just write anything after the race, I forgot. Thing is, it sort of might have been my Verstappen area before this season. Right, the last season especially was... Season 1 this year was definitely more the Verstappen era because... Well, I got similarly angry as him at Hungary when my races didn't go my way, so I do have the worst trades of the guy. Like, quite literally, it's not fun. It's not great. And I'm not even that quick compared to him. Although you could call me also like a merchant of only the fastest car. Like, when my car's competitive, I'm not winning. But then again, I was driving literally a Bentley before. And I was sort of still winning with the N6, so... There is that. It's a fun one for sure. This track is quite difficult for following charts because you... It's been 30C most of the day, yeah, true. Luckily I didn't have to go outside too much, but like whenever I walked out of the door I was just walking against the wall. My room stayed relatively cold. Still don't have a thermometer, I still need to figure that out. Finally. Although the cold air is right now blowing back into my room. I feel like Jones is gaining nearly a second per lap right now on me. That's not great. Actually, I do have his gap now on there. Because there's no cars in between us two right now anymore.
You're halfway through kill machine.
I'm not accusing you of picking any bad cars. That's also a problem. I mean, I don't even have a thermometer in my room, so like that's sort of been the thing. Oh yeah, right, I posted about that in the in the Discord, the Team Moffa Discord. Caro is filed for bankruptcy. I don't know how surprising that is, or how relevant. Because, yeah, I don't follow particularly the car industry too much. But they're up to it now. I'm hearing EVs are not selling too well, but like, you know, what else is new? Water's wet. The subsidies for them have sort of dried up and now. Porsche is pitting right now. Is it Rune for position or is he a lapped car? Yeah, he's a lapped car. Okay, we're up to P3 right now. Oh fucking hell, no, fuck off, get back on the circuit. Piece of shit. Turn on my PC, oh boy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how hot my room got today. I do have to walk through a few other like hallways and rooms before I get to the house door to open it. So I don't know how much my body re-acclimatized itself to the other rooms, probably lower temperature. I only turned on my PC this evening. The window's already open. I was running to my laptop most of today. And this level sucks. And I can't really afford to drive this slowly. There's still 27 minutes on the clock and the gap is down to 10.5 seconds. I'm gonna have to fight this one likely pretty badly. And as I said, he's on freshies. And I'm on all tires with a Porsche. The only advantage, I am in the Porsche. Which means God help him with just being able to keep up with me on corner exits. Oh, come on, it's fucking slides there. Basically hasn't pitted, but he's probably going then for the same strategy as me. Of just take a litre or two of fuel, and in his case he's just running it out. I mean, he has enough time on hand to do actually a tire swap, so on me. Well, not quite. Yes, it's obviously set at 15 seconds. That. Oh, yeah, that's extra fun. You actually content? I haven't won a single race here this season. I qualified 4th. I mean, with 3 10s. I think actually more. That's 4 10s in the end. Oh, here's somebody hit the wall there and goes across the track again. The 2 aliens up front, well, he's pitting now, Ventress and Jones. Well, he's not in front, he's behind me now. Well, they have... Well, Ventress skipped round 1, but like, since then Ventress won round 2, and this is round 3 now. I'm just not fast enough for these people. They are genuinely faster than me. it is surprising at all that I'm in the top 5. Like, I'm sort of in the alien club here, but like not fast enough to actually win. And this is more consistently the reality of my racing. Is I'm not slow, but I'm certainly not the fastest. And this race is no different. I mean, on the server here it is 29 degrees air temperature at 36 track. So I guess quite realistic to the weather today in Britain. Quite hot for the island. Although we today hit 36. It was fun. Mostly.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Yeah, I sort of get, I drive 3 laps and then I sort of get stuck with the same pace for the next 6 hours. Well, actually not 6 hours, it's more like the next 48 hours. 6 months. 48 hours of driving. Which likely pans out for the next 6 months or so. Ah, that was not good. Lost a bunch of time there. Oh yeah, Ventures is also about 9 seconds out in front of me. So I don't know what he did as pit service. Probably took a bit more fuel than me. Hit the sea breeze. Down to 21 minutes. Gap's 8 seconds. But like mistakes like... Oh, come on! I guess my rear tires are going now. This is, I think, the first time I'm running a full hour on a tire set with the Porsche. So, god damn it, I'm braving this thing. And it's not panning out too well. But it's putting me at all in competition for the second place of the race, so that's good. I have no clue how far actually P4 is behind P3. Probably a lot. That's my guess. More than reasonable. Febreze. I'll not only find the stinky. It's very funny that I saw the same meme on Twitter as somebody reposted it on track. But I saw it first on Twitter. There's quite a lot of doom scrolling these days. It's not good. Am I actually making up ground on Ventures here? Because it sort of looks like it. Like, not much. Yeah. They're sort of nibbling the gap down to in front. Hello, car, but you can't exit this corner. You don't want to kill me. Oh, hey, there's Foreman, the guy I had a collision with. When he was, when I had to fight him for on-track position because he hadn't pitted yet. He's about to go a lap down to me. What a jolly piece of fun that will be now. Although the gap is more stable right now. Okay, I'm catching up to Foreman by like 2 seconds a lap. Well, for most of the lap I wasn't really closing in on the car in front. I suddenly closed in half a second there at the end of the lap. I went much faster suddenly the last part of the lap. Or have both of them collected 3 track cuts so far. And I'm just like utterly not gambling with the chicane. Be very hilarious. It is so on edge, the car sort of there. On the throttle. For a Porsche it is quite feisty. Joking me not consensually. When I had my cold suddenly, like I thought I had like suddenly gained an allergy or something. But no, it doesn't seem like it. It just seems like a standard cold. Problem is, slaps like this from 8/10 of the pace are like they're not what I need. It cost me about a second behind. My thing that calculates the gains and losses that I make at the compared to the end of the lap is like every single time producing some random ass values. And I know roughly why this is the case, because the problem is that this is the calculation is triggered when the new lap event fires. And the problem you have is that a car that has crossed the line is at first scored to be at the end of the lap it just finished. So it crosses the line, it is suddenly you complete lap 34 for example, and then you are in terms of spline position you're at 100% lap completion and you go to 0% lap completion of lap 34, and then it goes, oh yeah, he scored this lap time, now you're on lap 35. That's fun, because that fucks with a gap calculation quite a bit. Also, he suddenly started making up a shit ton of ground on me, because he suddenly picked up the pace again. That's fun. He's making up 3/10 a lap right now. Well, more than that, likely. Like, he's pushed it now below 7 seconds, the gap. And it was relatively stable up until this point, so, like, I don't know what happened suddenly. Maybe he cleared some traffic, although the other guy was very cooperative for me. That sounds not fun. I had a human body sometimes like this. Oh, he's getting out of my way. Considering we had the earlier run in, that is. But still, thanks for getting off the way despite it being our earlier run-ins. I will say I don't think I'm quite at fault for causing it, but like, you know, you still lost time due to that. Still sucks. Well, the car in front, by the way, that just drove there, that was actually P1. For quote-unquote lucky genetics, so. Oh fuck, that was not good. Hopefully this was slow enough. Yep, it was slow enough. Got away with it.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag, be careful.
Wait a minute. No, that's Grasswood. That's not the leader, that is Grasswood. That is not actually for position. That would have been utterly diabolical if this was position. I didn't type. Okay. I mean, quote-unquote lucky genetics is also a decent description for it. That's why I misread it. Because, you know, that's also a fitting description. Because, yeah, it's quite unlucky. And we have 11 minutes still left. There's only 5 seconds on the terms of a gap remaining. I have 2 cars in between, but one has a stop go 30. PG variation. I guess that works, but like, since when have I been PG? Me, the man who's gotten age restricted for swearing too much. Also, the in-game relative gets quite fucky when we drive through this section here. It doesn't quite know how to calculate the gap there. But my personal relative over here seems to be quite reliable on this front. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he got more cars just suddenly in front of him. We got another car that came out of pits that inserted himself in front of him. That is good for me. Still unable to quite touch Ventress in front. Honestly, this race has been a lot closer than never going for me. Towards the win. Closest I've come this season so far. Little PG. No, but my streams are not PG. I've got age restricted on YouTube for swearing too much, so I've also got the video at one point, what was it called? Forcibly privated because YouTube deemed it deceptive practices. Talked about it actually last stream, I think. Last stream was V-Track, so. But what it was is that I put into the description a description of what the race was, and yeah, I drove a doubleheader of an AMS2 Formula 1 race and some other race. And I retired early out of the first one. And yeah, that's a decent description of what was very likely the trigger word. Because when I removed it, that video was back up with no problems. But the other ones, I've got the old Porsche video at Misano age restricted back in December 2022, just before the big demonetization wave on YouTube hit. Let's see that happen. It was also at the time a relatively old VOD. It was before I actually used the VTuber model, with me driving the 991-2. So I've sort of returned back to the Porsche. Although a lot more successful than back then. Probably tell from the fact that I got age restricted on that shrimp. But yeah, the infamous one I actually put onto my wiki page was the Watkins Glen one. It's a central turning point. And if it didn't happen, well, I might not be racing anymore. Let's be real. Because if I hadn't taken that as like, okay, the final like, I need to switch my car up, I would have probably just thought I was shit. When in reality, it was just the Bentley being terrible. It does though throw the question of like, should I perhaps try the Bentley again for another season of V-Track in with an actually functioning BOP? That might be a viable card. Well, it's not a particularly viable card. It gets on most circuits still of minus 40 kilograms just to make it vaguely balanced, but like, it's at least a funny choice. I do like my little Porsche here now, though. Isn't great of a line. Well, the gap had gone up through the traffic here a bit, back to 6 seconds. If I could push, I could perhaps start closing down Ventus. Although the time is starting to run out onto this race. It's only 6 minutes remaining. I just need to stay on the circuit, sort of, and get to the finish line. Just a couple laps more here. Tide of death, so it's excessive. It was beamed. Well, basically okay. Yeah, there was also just... I think we can point towards that like the other season also had like similar available attendance. It's not like this season was particularly especially bad. Although it hit the silver class kind of badly. But like, I mean, if we look at 2024, the other one didn't have that great silver class attendance either. Although it was usually sitting at like 3 or 4. But Amethysta being gone for good. A couple other drivers being lost, it's sort of a bit of an issue. Although you can obviously move people like Zool up. And then you also lost throughout the season a couple of the UK guys who belonging to Silver. Didn't help either. Like, it's just this. But like the total attendance was like, it wasn't great, but like you had still 15 cars finish the last race. Well, I think like 15 cars take the start, 14 finish, which is still roughly what we had the previous season, so it's not like terrible. I mean, the fun part is that I actually had a battle with Sudo for track position at Kyalami. That's a fun one. Still ended up passing him in the same lap, but like only because he overshot the hairpin slightly. Otherwise, I would have not passed him because he was just about fast enough to keep up with me, having just come out of the pits. Yes, I was fresh out of pits, but whatever. That's still mighty impressive to not at all hold me really up until that point. As an AM driver, like that's quite impressive performance. There's some pro drivers that I can probably attack at that point already.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
He definitely held his ground there. Yeah, as I said, like Silver, I think the season before was also sitting at like 3 or 4 cars per round. At most like 5 or 6. And it technically had the drivers to do these numbers, it's just it always lacked the attendance this season. And then you ended up, if you, the thing is, if you have 3 or 4 drivers and you lose 1 or 2, you suddenly are 2. If one of them can't, if you have 3 drivers and one can't drive, you had suddenly 2. This is sort of the GT4 problem. Where GT4 regularly has this issue where you have just these like 6 car grids. And if you lose 3 of them, you suddenly have 3 cars only. Well, you have the I mean, this was the case last season with this championship here. Because Sudo did run GT3, GT4. And the GT3 had these like 20 car grids. Right, we have 30 signups, 20 cars actually turn up. It's not great. But then you have GT4 and there's like 6, 7, 8 signups. And 2 or 3 actually turning up for the race. Like that isn't sustainable. Also, you know the race leader, by the way, he's 2 seconds in front of me. Is he running out of fuel? Well, what is happening here? Something strange is definitely happening. And we're coming up to the final lap, so... Did he underfuel the car? Yeah, he just clocked a 31. But for sure he has enough fuel to finish this lap at this point. Like, I guarantee he's at least timed that well enough. We're only taking 2/10 so far out of him. 4 seconds behind. Nine tenths. I'm just gonna run out of laps here. Could have actually just cut this completely. I haven't taken a single track cut this entire race. But yeah, he will just about limp it across the line. What the fuck was this? What the fuck?
Clear on the right.
Is he out of fuel?
Excellent.
Did we just win this? Did we just win this race? What the fuck just happened there? Fuel? I'm pretty sure he just conked out of fuel coming out of the final corner. He had just mistimed it. I think he just about mistimed. He still got second place there, just about. Like there was nothing in it. What the fuck just happened there? I have still 4 liters left. Oh, he pushed him over the line. That's why he is at such a close finish. But yeah, I just won a race. I talked about not being. Yep. Okay, that confirms it. Few things. Yeah, that looks. No, he ran out of fuel. He conked out. He said it just now. He confirmed that this was fuel about. Yeah, he just underfueled the car. Ja.
Was gibt's? Okay, ich bin jetzt wieder leise.
Ja, bin ich. Ich bin's. Ruhig. Fucking hell. Always the ancient one. And your stupid noise complaint. It's like, I wasn't that loud. It's like, I wasn't loud, for sure. I fucking yelled there, but like, come on. It's not sustained loud. There were festivals last year, I think. Down in the town that were louder than I just yelled, so like, I don't know, woman. Just shut up at that point. Like, it's genuinely not that difficult. But yeah, we were gonna look at the replay for sure, but what the... Let's check the chat again. But yeah, I thought he had just about calculated this correctly to get the fuel mileage to get to the end. Because he had so much gap to me. He had 8 seconds worth of gap he could burn through in the last few laps to get fuel mileage out of the car. The only problem is that I have now a 15-second time penalty for the next race. So, you know, that doesn't help me too much. And the reality of this championship is, you know, you get only 40 points for winning the race. And it's a 1-point decrement ladder. So a race win is really not worth it compared to just finishing on the podium. I was so close to hitting him. He's not clutching though, so he could do way better there to actually get some acceleration there. There's done. There's nothing. The engine is just dead. But probably doesn't have a clutch pedal like so many people. Just. Oh wait, he actually didn't push him, and it still got this close. Where's the timing line then? Because he finished only like 6 tenths in front of him. Right, and Jones didn't finish in front of him. It was Ventus who got to the line first. Well, it's only by 6/10. And can't be this one. I think usually this is the timing line, but like, look how far he's still back at this point. So the timing line must be like somewhere hidden here. Just a few meters before the, start-finish line here. Because Jones definitely reaches this one first. You can clearly see it. Jones is there first, but like he scored second. That's wild. That is utterly wild as a finish. But yeah, this is 3 laps from the end and he is not really fuel saving yet. Is there a reason why I pack extra fuel? The thing is, I did pack 5 liters in the pit stop instead of the 1 liter that I needed. And I finished with like 4.3, I think, in the tank or so. So I carried all the extra fuel that I fueled there. It's a second worth of fuel in this case. 4 liters is 1 second. It literally wouldn't have mattered. And this is without extra... Well, it doesn't include lap time, but 4 liters doesn't make a lap time difference in GT3 cars. It doesn't make any difference whatsoever. When does he actually realize that he needs to fuel save? I think at this point he realized that he has 2 laps to go. But he's still not lifting coasting into turn 1. That's interesting. Oh, there he's now noticing it. That's an early upshift. But the clear choice would have been to already... It's not really that necessary to... Okay, he's driving with half throttle down here, but like... Clear choice would have been... Put the clutch in and roll from this point on. Down, just use the hill to roll down here. Like... But he's driving with half throttle here. You can hear it, he must have been short a lot, if that's... Although he had to push on the final lap a bit, because I wasn't that far behind and he didn't lose too much ground. Like, he only lost about 7/10 or so before the final corner. And I was sort of wringing every last bit out of my Porsche at that point. He was not aggressively fuel saving compared to this lap where he lost like basically his entire gap to me. Which was at least like 6 seconds or so when he started the lap. So that cost him like 4.5 seconds this lap, so he couldn't run that again. I think so probably it was that like I started appearing behind him. He sort of had to go. It was the choice between make. Yeah, high gear here. Revs it out again. Definitely not Dukes. Although he is off the throttle here a bit. Not quite as aggressive, but is a bit. Drives in third out of here instead of fourth. Is a bit short shifting here, but I wasn't making up that much ground on this straightaway. Despite that, he is still a bit fuel saving. He sort of started to run out of corners and out of fuel. He overcooks this corner in his Lichten coasting. it out here. That he must have known fully well that he's out of fuel and coming out of this corner. Because the car conked out here, so like... He could have totally saved a bit more fuel here to the run to this corner. I guess lift out here already, but like the risk is obviously that I will start an attempt into the final corner. But on the other hand, he would have been able to, you know, accelerate to the finish line and not nearly get fucking hit from me. In general, a clutch pedal would have helped a lot in this situation. Yeah, it just dipped under only 5 liters, that's why you can see the fuel alarm. Although nah, the fuel alarm's triggered because the thing displays -4 liters on my dash here. That's why. Oh boy. Let's see, how long was he actually standing in his pit stop? Although he had a 15-second time penalty, so he would stand a long time before he actually gets any service. Alright, so comes to a stop button 1918. So this is about 15 seconds now. Yeah, 15 seconds or so. So standing now with Jax. So he stood there for... He had a stop time of about 9 or so seconds. Of actual pit stop. It's a lot longer than I did. I did only, what, 5 seconds or so. And we can measure mine also the same way. Well, I'm in the wrong way here, so that's... Yeah, you can see the refueler over there, just... I think the problem is he's just on the wrong sides. Because the refueling port of this car is from the right, so that would how it usually works. I mean, I guess I can demonstrate, although Kyle has the same problem. It's also a left-hand pit track. So we walk back. How do I come to a stop here, sir? 25, I jack up. 30, 37, 35, 35, 35 I go off the jacks. So I guess that's a similar time. Although I felt my pit stop was very slow in general, like they just execute very slow on me. So now I have the fun performance of the following lap. Yeah, I barge him a bit there from the outside, give him quite a bit of squeeze. There's much room there on his line. Oh, that's more on me then. That's not good. Because that could very much cost me the win then. That can very much cost me the win because I was behind at this point. I had lost the overlap through the S. For me, it looks not... From my swingman, it doesn't look too bad, but like, from his... It's like that I went into a closing gap there. Obviously, with his car destabilized, he went off the track there. That's really not good, because just like 5 seconds and that's me in P3 immediately. How far is actually P4 back? 40 seconds! Jesus Christ! That's just a different galaxy at that point. Oh boy, but like that incident wasn't great with me and Foreman. Because yeah, I'm not overlapped here anymore. And then I get not even a fender alongside. into a closing gap, and that's just like not great. Alright, is Jones actually have a position with him? Well, technically kind enough, because Jones did finish in front of him in the end. Although I think at this point Jones had done his pit stop already, probably. Yeah, Jones had a very long second lap. Or had to repair damages there. So had likely done the pit stop already at the start of the race. What happened actually at the start? That's a good question. Besides everything else. Then watch the start here from M. Jones, not D. Jones. Because there are too many Jones and other things. Oh. I got tired. Yeah, we are quite far back in the field here, but like, the dues would soon be further up the order a lot. Oh, there's chaos. Ouch. There's Franco just getting ejected across the track, and then Runev runs in the back of Jones. And there's just like cars everywhere. How did that start here? Oh, the other Jones. Wait, there's like 3 Joneses now? There's another Jones, and then we have obviously Jones? Jones? And Jones. How the fuck am I supposed to keep these 3 apart? So okay, what happened here is that Jones with the McLaren hit the Luca. Well, it was dive bombing Francone and then just clipped the Luca here. So and that clipped Francone when after stabilizing his slide here. Because he didn't put any brake in, that clipped Francone, who got ejected across the track, collected cams, who are like sort of the luckiest ones out of the entire bunch. Because, you know, he just went Spinella. He just went Spinella, no further hits, nothing. Just could be so much worse at that point. But then other people did not have as much luck because they got a Francone thrown away. Like Fox got run off the road here and went into the barrier. Stevens hit Francone twice and then I warped into a different lap. That also explains, well, you know, the guy who wasn't P3 went because he died. Because some guy went for a fucking dive bomb into that turn. So that's fun. Oh yeah, and there's cars flying off in the grass as well. But you have so many people that, like, in one way or another got fucking involved in this one. And DeLuca just reversing onto the track there, that's also fun. Well, I mean, it's not as fun for a period here who got collected by Runev reversing, but like... Oh yeah. Well, man, I'm not sure I'm gonna keep the race window. That's the thing. Because I had an incident early on the race. So I don't know, if I get slapped with like anything that's like worth 5 seconds, then that's me back to P3 immediately and you into the win. Which I don't know how you actually won, you finished second, because if you look at the finish line here, Jones definitely crossed it before you. I don't know where the scoring line actually is, but there was only about half a second between you two. But I'm like trying to get it timed correctly. So that's good enough. You can see you're not over the line, but he's definitely over the line. but you finished about 6/10 in front of him, so... I don't know how... No, actually, no, you didn't finish 6/10. It's 0.07. So, I don't know, the timing line must be like the last grid position there, I guess? It's not much. It's... Boy, is it not much there, but like... What I had... You have a 4-man is... Well, from 4-man's perspective. Is this incident here. Tried to pass him around the outside of turn 1. He hadn't done his pit stop yet. I had already pitted. So no blue flags. And I drive until the back of him here. So yeah, that's not great. That might literally cost me my only race win assist. Because I don't know where I'm supposed to actually beat you guys on fucking pace. Like, I just do not have the pace to fight this. Anything else funny in this race that happens? I mean, at least if I get a penalty, I'm gonna just sit out 15 seconds the next time. Saves me some time. Right. Okay. I think we've looked at everything basically here that I wanted to look at. Figured out what happened sort of at lap 1. So most of our competitors. I was late on the race, someone who ejected themselves across the track in front of me. I'm traveling up the hill here. I don't know what lap it was though. Relatively close to the end, but not that close to the end. Back. This one I know. There's a black McLaren just ejecting itself across the track in front of me. Ah, there it is. Fine, I found it. Lap 24. So it was like closer to halfway than anything else. Oh, that was Fox. Guy did had an incident with in practice. First he gets a nasty bounce there, but like that, this car holds it. God, where were we even? Where was this lap here for him? How many laps is he down already? Oh boy, he was a few laps down already. Yeah, when was it for him? Ah, there it was. He was one lap down. I'm just too stupid to figure out how to read lap numbers. He gets a bounce here and then still runs into run off, but like puts too much throttle in and then just. But the brakes, yeah, he applied them a tad late. Could have lessened the impact force here by applying them just before I left the asphalt, because that's reasonable reaction time. Still not. Only just before he re-enters it, he finally applies them. And it actually slows his car down finally, actually. Although he is not spinning around again once he starts rolling, which is actually pretty decent. And he stays on the left-hand side, like, there were worse rejoins here. Although he sort of rejoined into the path of joins, but like, you know, he stayed on the left. He moved slowly, predictably into the track, so it's like, there was an attempt at least made. I'm so used to things being so much worse, it's like, it's not even funny anymore. I mean, you did worse before, but like, we're not applying the banks, but like, yeah, we shall see what happens here. Sucks a bit with the collision with Foreman, but like, I yeah, we're not planning to put you into service. That's okay. So, well done. It's time to call it a night now. Track is another community event. Oh yeah, another. So they calls the event this time with the Skoda Cup 2008 at Poznan. Because they're really catering to the Polish now. Look, what is going on that we have a Polish week here? Where is that race scheduled? 1900 on the 24th. Sounds fun. 30 minutes of practice, that helps it to make maybe attainable for me. Maybe just about. Otherwise, it's kind of tight. But Tor Potsdam is a really great circuit, and you know, AC with Skoda Octavia sounds also like. Right. Okay then. Good night. Bye bye.